Look, conspiracy theories are intriguing. I get the appeal. They feel insider, like you're seeing behind the curtain, and you know something other people don't. And right now, it feels like everything is a conspiracy theory. Every headline, every institution seems to be against us, every new post on your social media feed, or at least mine, and most people blame social media for this. And sure, social media plays a role, but we've had social media for over 20 years now. Facebook alone has been around since the early 2000s. So I don't think this is just about algorithms. I think something deeper has shifted. I'd argue this really took off around 2020. During COVID, a lot of us realized very suddenly that we were being lied to, or at least misled. And when that trust cracked, it was gone. Look, regardless of where you landed politically, socially, or personally, there was this shared realization. Oh, the people in charge don't always tell us the truth. And I think that realization doesn't just disappear. It's something that kind of lingers in your mind. So what are conspiracy theories really? It's the belief that some influential or controlling group is secretly responsible for major events or outcomes alternate to what the public is being told. They have these hidden motives and they use deception. It's this power behind the scenes. Interestingly, I looked up the word conspiracy and where it came from, which was the Latin conspire, which means to breathe. It originally did not mean something sinister. It implied unity, like an agreement, almost like musicians playing in harmony. But somewhere along the way, that shared breath turned into like shared suspicion, which I think is indicative of where our society is nowadays, anxious. And today, conspiracy theories don't just live online. They live in dinner conversations, in text threads, church lobbies, client sessions. I have watched several of my own clients make massive life changes during this, I call it a collective awakening, where people are rethinking their habits, their priorities, their belief systems, and the systems that they once trusted. So the question becomes, do we just accept the narrative handed to us, or are we allowed to question it? And here's where it gets complicated, because conspiracy theories don't just offer explanations, they offer relief. They give shape to chaos, and they give names to unease. They tell us, you're not really crazy. Something is really wrong. And honestly, I think questions are good. I think questioning where things come from are good. I enjoy asking questions, and I'm the person to ask, what conspiracies do you believe? I'm the person who wants to understand the why behind things. Heck, I threw a conspiracy theory party for my 30th birthday.
It's above the shoulder, everybody. We will be taking questions.
I think conspiracy theories are good. It's good to question the narrative that's being presented to the public. But I've also noticed something in myself. At a certain point, curiosity can quietly turn into an endless pursuit of truth. I have gone down the rabbit holes. I have had that doomsday, we're all gonna die from this. That sense of, what if everything is rigged? And while I don't get annoyed with the big life questions, I do feel the weight of what they can do to us. Because conspiracy theories don't just divide opinions, they divide people, families, friendships, neighbors. They don't just ask what's true, They whisper, "Who can you trust?" Trust is built through honesty and transparency, not lies and hidden agendas about profit, power, or control, which is where this collective awakening has come from. We've realized how duped we really are. And when trust is low and fear is high and information is overwhelming, conspiracy theories thrive. The real trouble is, everything has become a conspiracy, from flat earth to first ladies. The trouble becomes, what can you believe is true? Or who can you really trust? When I found myself spiraling thinking, oh my gosh, we're all gonna die from this or that, my calm, gentle, very grounded husband usually pulls me back and says, yeah, that could kill us. Oh, maybe that too. But let's ask something. What's a practical thing that we can do about this or that? And then he's soft to remind me that we live in a fallen, broken, deceptive world, and we are all going to die someday. But this life isn't what we're ultimately living for. And he usually adds something like this: be the light where you're planted, and maybe, Rach, don't believe every conspiracy that pops on your feed. So I take a breath, which apparently breathing is a conspiracy now too. And I started writing this so I could get to the bottom of it in my mind. What is true? Conspiracy theories are on the rise. They're not just wild ideas. They are exposing real evil and deception. When the institutions, government, medical, media, that should be used to protect, guide, regulate, and give us guardrails as a society has completely gone off the rails, what are we to do but to look in and investigate and come to conclusions ourselves on what's true? That's where I think conspiracies have given a refound trust in the people, that we are aware and awake of what's happening, and not being cogs in a machine anymore that just blindly say, yep, and that's the only option. I know I've had to ask myself, why do I hold the beliefs that I believe? Beliefs about this theory or that theory. And yeah, I've looked into the evidence and I believe I have such a compelling argument, but who am I trying to prove? I mean, seriously, sometimes my husband or my mom or some of my friends. But I think an important note in all of this is to stay lighthearted, knowing you and I might not ever know the full true answer. And maybe we both have entirely different things about certain events. And I ask myself, at the end of the day, what's the biggest truth that I want people to know? I've been reading this book by Tyler Stanton, and this quote really stuck out to me. May we tune our hearts and ears to the voice of God calling us to step into the risk and joy of life with the Spirit. And that's true. This world is wild and scary, but God has invited us to do life with Him. And I'm not trying to sound preachy. I'm just trying to say what I know to be true. I want to be doing life with the Holy Spirit. Here's what I've found to ease my sometimes crazy mind. I still question things, a lot of things. I still believe in a handful of wild tinfoil hat conspiracies. But I'm not living in fear, or better, I'm not letting them hold so much weight in my heart or cause me to see the devil under every rock, just like every other. I just feel like my eyes are open. It's more obvious to me now, but I want to be more like Ted Lasso. Be curious, not judgmental. And this might feel really random, but I think there's wisdom to glean from this proverb. Proverb 30, 24 to 28. There are 4 things on earth that are small but unusually wise: Ants. Ants, they aren't strong, but they store up food all summer. Hyraxes. They aren't powerful, but they make their homes among the rocks. Locusts. They have no king, but they march in formation. Lizards. They are easy to catch, but they are found even in the king's palaces. What I get from this is be like the ants. Be prepared. In whatever way that means to you, food, water, wisdom in your hearts. Be like the hyraxes. Build wisely. What am I basing my reality on and building my wisdom from? Be like the locusts, cooperative. Not trying to stick it to the man. Be an active participant in society. Be like the lizards. Live fearless. Again, in whatever that means or makes sense to you. Boldness can be quiet. So maybe the question isn't just, is this true? Maybe the deeper question is, what is this forming me into? Conspiracies can be fun to dig into. I believe there is intentional deception in the world. But life isn't meant to be lived afraid or confused. It's meant to be lived awake, grounded, and free.